And we wish both of these players good luck and play your best. Will we have maybe, will we feed the crows tonight? Maybe. We'll see. Who knows? But we have our 3, 2, 1 pills, and our players are going to be off. DSS playing on fever, Ook playing on off, and here we go. DSS out of the gate first, and kind of an interesting looking board to start off with for DSS. Pretty much nothing in his columns 3 and 4. Going to potentially be looking at some drop time, and not sure about that double red there that he placed, Sarge.
Yeah, I think that was a mistake. He was probably trying to figure out where to place red, because you take a look at his board, he does not have much in the way of red at all, really. So he might have just been. We've all had that. We certainly have a brain freeze of, well, where am I going to put this? And by the time you realize it, it's a little bit too late.
Yeah, it didn't end up being a big deal for him though. Just cost him a little bit of drop time. There's actually when it dropped down, there was nothing in his way. In fact, he's just got to get down to that horizontal yellow at the bottom. Meanwhile, we look over on Ook's side of things. He is down to 10 viruses. Now, there is about a 6-second difference on the timers, so keep that in mind as we move forward. But Ook is having to deal with a lot of red here. And he has a couple of options here. He can try to wait for a double red and take those together, but I like what he's doing, not waiting for that. Going to take the red separately there in his column 1. Probably going to see him stick. Oh, okay, not going to stick a blue and go for the horizontal drop. Just needing a couple more yellows and a red, and he will be out. But we see DSS out at a 131, and Ook going to be out at a 130. Very close here going into level 7.
It really is. And you were asking earlier, will the crows be fed tonight? The last 2 times these face each other, it was won by a 2-1 match score. So it's happened twice before. It might happen the third time here.
Hey, I'm down for more, Dr. Mario. It's our only match tonight. Let's milk as much as we can.
I'm all for that.
Anyway,
Again, it looks like there's a lack of blue on DaveSmithSays board and a lot of red on Ook's board. The doctor seems to be very one-sided with the reds today.
Yeah, it's the RNG, the boards in this game. It's just weird, and sometimes it's not really fair. We all know this. It is it's the cross we all got to bear in this game. But looking at DSS's board, it's looking really pretty left heavy here. Columns 1 through 3, we're looking a bit spired. He is starting to bring that down to where his board's a little bit flat. Oh, nice tuck into an L there from DSS at the bottom of his board. Just trying to bring down the rest of these spires. Meanwhile, we look back over at Ook. Only red and blue for him. Gotta think, yeah, he's gonna go for that horizontal, and then he's just needing a couple more reds and 4 more blues, and he'll be out of here.
Yeah, meanwhile, it looks we get a little bit of a traffic signal of sorts over on Dave Smith. So he gets the red out of the middle, makes it very in a blue-yellow, what perfect he needs there. OOKtheLibrarian is out at a 310, and it looks like Dave Smith says out at a 323, about 13 seconds behind, but with 2 levels to go, that is still easily catch-upable.
Yeah, absolutely. DSS not out of this yet. And looking at Dave's board here, it's not terrible. I don't hate it, actually. The only real issue that I have, just first impressions, is that empty column 5. And now that I look further at his board, his bottom row is completely devoid of anything. So I'm gonna have to be a little bit creative in how he works through that.
Yeah, thankfully, that little bit is not a huge amount of drop time, but it all adds up, and he's able to use that empty column to be pretty much a dump pile while he tries to get what he needs for all these combos, and it's worked out very well for him so far.
Yeah, but he's still 6 viruses behind now 4. But there is that about 6-second time advantage for OOKtheLibrarian, who again in his end game is only needing blues and reds. I don't know if Ook's been practicing Halo this week. I don't know, but blues and reds seems to be the story for him. And just a couple more, waiting for them to show up. There's one. Now I'm going to go for this horizontal. We saw the one, and there it is out at a 439.
Yeah, meanwhile, Dave Smith says still has about 7 viruses left. I- it's been a rather rough series of levels here, but he's managed to stay pretty into it here. Right now, I see on Ook's side, the biggest concern really he has is not a lot of access to yellow and really not much yellow at all until he gets to the very bottom of his board.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be too big of a hassle for him, though. Just kind of depends on what the RNG is gonna do. I do not think that he meant to put that yellow blue with the blue on top. I think he wanted to drill that down, but fortunately for him, followed by a double yellow, he was able to set up for a horizontal and now fires that off. Takes a little bit of drop time, but he's doing pretty good here now with only 17 viruses remaining for Ook. And I like that tuck there to set up the horizontal on this blue in his column 3.
Yeah, he's just being able to just more or less destroy this board. Well, Dave Smith has had a little bit of issue with making much progress on his. It's about a 15 virus difference right now with a lot of red and blue at the top of his board. This is going to be a little difficult to try and catch up with at this particular point.
And Sarge, did you see that swim from column 6 to 4 from Dave Smith Says with that yellow blue? That was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, when it comes to swims, I try not to mention them if I know that you're here because I know that you are the captain of the swim team. But Ook is out at a 623, taking the first match. Not a bad first time at all for him for well, time wise, not his first time playing for OOKtheLibrarian.
Yeah, that's a time that he's going to feel good about for sure. And DSS, seeing the writing on the wall, goes ahead and takes that quick reset. Speaking of reset, we are going to get reset here for game 2. DSS looking to feed the crows and force the decider here. Ook looking to put DSS away. We just need a reset from Ook's timer, and we will be good to go. There it is.
He was just waiting on you to point that out to him.
Yeah, apparently. And here we go. We have our readies. Count us down, Sarge.
3, 2, 1, and pills. Take a look at these boards here as soon as they pop up here, and a very balanced board for the most part. There are a lot of holes on Dave Smith Says side, but the very little viruses on the left-hand side for Ook as well. So both of them have a little bit of strategic working that they're going to have to do with these respective boards.
Yeah, and I'm geeking out over here. That tuck L from DSS into the drop combo, that was really really good, and I absolutely love that. And he's down to just 10 viruses now. Interesting setup though here. I like what he's doing. He's setting up on the right side to get these blues horizontally and drop everything down. He's just got to get the platform to do it. You're going to see him start to build up here. There we go. And what's he going to do with the yellow? Okay, just needing one more blue. There is. That fires off. Oh, but he miscounted the reds, and so did I, but it's not a big deal because he got a little bit of a yellow-red rush out of the 110 for Dave Smith Says. Ook just needing... okay, I see why now. I thought he was going to go for a blue horizontal, but now I see that yellow that was in the way in column 7. 119 for Ook.
Both times were still very nice for both of them. It does give Dave Smith a slight lead right now, but this early in the match, that little bit of time means pretty much nothing, though Dave Smith Says it's just destroying this board. Nice little planned drop into that pill removal there. The only issue I really see with Dave's board is got a couple viruses still up very high. Well, over on OOKtheLibrarian side, again, he's got a board where most of his yellow is near the bottom, but thankfully he hasn't gotten much yellow, which has given him a chance to open things up to get down to most of it there, John.
Yeah, I'm just kind of concerned about Ook's right side of this board. There's a lot of viruses over there. in his columns 4 through 8, and it's it's fairly diverse, but not as diverse as I'd like to see for him. So, but he's doing a great job so far managing that. But it is DSS going to be out at a 230 out of level 7, just blazing through this level block. He really wants to get Force a Decider and have a chance to take his first ever match away from Ook. Can he do it? We will see. Ook now just getting messed up by the RNG. Boo you, Blue. And come on, gang, give him the blues.
I would know nothing at all about this ever happening.
Yeah, none of us would.
Come on, Doc. Let's have this be at least a little bit fair. There we go. He just needs 5 more blue, which at the rate it's going might be about a minute and a half to get through this at this rate. Nope, there's one. Come on, give us 2 more. There's a second and a third. He is out at a 313, though. It's about a 20 virus lead right now for DaveSmithSays, who has done a pretty decent job with this board. Over on Ook's side, he doesn't have a large amount of blue, which after that last level, I'm sure he is thanking whatever he believes in.
Yeah, and I actually love this board for Ook. There's so many doubles opportunities that he can go for, all bunched up together, real nice. He's taken a little bit of drop time here, but it is efficient drop time, so I don't hate it for him. And it is now 9 viruses for DaveSmithSays. Excuse me, 14 for Ook. And this is the exact kind of board he wanted to see to try and get back into this. DaveSmithSays now just trying to get through the rest of these blues, and that blue yellow that he got was really nice. Nice little undertuck to avoid some drop time. There's the blue 423 for DaveSmithSays into level 9.
Yeah, but right now the big story is what Ook has done with this level 8. All of a sudden, this is a very close match again.
Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
needs a couple reds here.
Yeah, and I love the setup that he did, setting the blue on top to get the red horizontally and drop the blue down. 442 for Ook. Only a 6 virus difference now. And this is very close. Will Ook be able to come back and snatch this away from Dave? Only time will tell. Dave looking for red. Honestly, there's nothing else you can say about it. Dave needs red, and he needs it now.
And he had a long period of time where he was getting no reds at all. That just really slowed him down here, giving Ook the opportunity to get several setups going and make this. Oh, look at this combo by DaveSmithSays. Wow. That was something to watch.
Yeah, that's Dave's play style. He loves to find those crazy combos
Wow.
and drop them down, and he's doing exactly that here in this level 9. Still with a 7 or so virus lead over Ook. Again, there is a little bit of a timer difference that they're playing through, but this is just so close, and I think it's looking pretty good for Dave here. Thought he might try to clear out that red horizontally in column 2, but not going for it.
Yeah, I figured he was going to wait a little bit longer. He had several different options for that one, like right there, for example. So, he wanted to go for what he saw looked to be a little bit more challenging of the pills to remove. But right now, he's got 5 viruses to go. And he's got them all pretty much easily reachable. In fact, with that, now he has them all reachable. But look over at the Ook side. If he can get a bit of a yellow rush here, he might still be able to take this.
626 for DaveSmithSays, and it is going to be a 627 for Ook. That is within 1 second, so we do check it, but I believe that, to my eyes, that looks pretty clear like a DSS win.
It'll all come down to sometimes people are a split second late when they start the timer. So we may have to go and see if they started at the same time, not to figure out who won that one. But at first glance, I would agree with you on DaveSmithSays. We'll just wait for our restreamer who reviews these matches, take a look at things, and we'll have an answer for you very shortly.
That we will. And if it does end up being a tie, for those who are maybe new to the stream, don't know what happens in a tie, is we will go on to the next level. In this case, it would be level 10, and the person with the fastest time out of level 10 would win. Now, if a player tops out in a tiebreaker, then the other player wins automatically. You can't top out in a tiebreaker.
Wow, that was just an absolutely amazing comeback for Ook. When level 8 started, it looked like because of that lack of blue in level 7 that it was pretty close to over. So even if he ends up losing this one, that was an absolutely astounding level 8 and 9 by Ook.
Yeah, absolutely. And that just goes to show you, don't let the RNG get you down, because even though sometimes it's really not good, and then you have levels like Ooks 8 and 9 that they get you right back in it. So never give up, never surrender. Shout outs to Tim Allen.
Right,
And
we got
DSS
the
is
result.
the winner.
Yeah, I'll let you announce it.
Yeah, DSS is the winner. Get your crows out in the chat. I hope they're hungry. I'm not. I had steak and macaroni and cheese for supper. I'm full. But the crows are going to be fed tonight, just as I'd hoped they would. We have a decider here between DSS and Ook the Librarian. Get hype, chat. Let's go.
Oh, that was. I know this is only the first match of the June bracket. It might be a little bit early to say it, but that recovery by Ook at the very end, even though he ended up not taking it, that may end up being my match of the month right here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember last month we had, through round 2, I think there were only 3 matches that did not end in deciders. And here we are again, kicking off June with a decider. And here we go in. We have our readies. 3, 2, 1.
1,
Kills. Caw. Oh, we're good.
Yeah, I'm looking at Dave Smith's board, and that's an interesting start to the board there. Almost every single row in column 3 has a virus in it. I don't think I've seen that before on a level 6.
Yeah, this is a really weird shaped board, and I'm really kind of surprised that Dave didn't go for that horizontal down towards the bottom of his board with the double yellow that he got instantaneously. Decided to go for something else. Really, it's okay. That's his play style. He could do what he wants to do. But now I look at Ook's board, and I really don't like his either. I gotta think he's going for this yellow horizontal there in his columns 1 through 5. He could go for it. I think at this point he's probably going to move away from that and either go vertically or at least take the one in column 1 by itself. But yeah, interesting boards for both players. And Dave with 10 viruses, now 9. Ook with 13 left to go. And again, with about a 3-4 second time difference on their timers. I had no idea how this is going to go.
Yeah, right now all that Ook needs is yellow, yellow, and really more yellow at this particular point, and starting to get a fair amount of it, but just taking turn to closing out. As Dave Smith says, is out at a 125. A pretty good time. Not as fast as he got in the match 2, but that was just a blistering time for match 2 there.
Yeah, and Ook now just still waiting on these yellows. Only needs 3 more. There's 1. There's 2. Where's the third one? There it is. 146. About 21 seconds here behind DaveSmithSays. But again, as we saw in the last game, anything can happen. Ook had that huge deficit and then only ended up losing by 1 second. So anything is possible in this game.
Yeah, and Dave Smith said made a little bit of a mistake early on there, put a double yellow on column 8 instead of column 7. So it slowed him down a little bit because he got a bunch of blues that he wasn't able to use quite how he wanted to. So it's only about a 9 virus difference right now. And I see that Oak's got a lot of pretty decent setups going on here. Let him take stuff out fast, so he has the opportunity to catch up real quick. With that being said, Dave Smith just absolutely destroyed this board in the last 10 seconds or so.
Yeah, they've both got to get some blue off of this top line though, especially for DaveSmithSays right now, as his top line is nothing but blue. That blue red really nice for him. Gonna sacrifice some drop time, but it's gonna be again efficient drop time. Now this double yellow really nice for him. He has opened up that blue to sandwich in a couple blues and maybe clear those out that way. It does leave him blocking off the red at the bottom, so we'll see what he decides to do about that. There you go. He takes the yellows out horizontal and opens up that red. And Ook now just waiting for some yellows again.
Yeah, he's getting a fair amount of yellow, which will help him out quite a bit. He just has two more viruses to go. With Dave Smith out first at a 325. Though we can get a couple yellow here for Ook, he will be out at 332. So he is only about 7 seconds and one virus behind. So we still have quite a match here, folks. This may end up coming down to the final few seconds again at this rate.
Yeah, and it looks like the timers are pretty much on sync now. Shout outs to Dave, D Dave. There we go. DSS is playing the Dave, our restreamer, for always making us look good and is doing the things to make the stream the best viewing experience possible for everybody. We love you and appreciate you, the Dave.
It looks like Dave Smith said had a little bit of a confusion issue for a second. He wasn't certain where to put things. He ended up putting a yellow right in the middle of everything on column 3, which is where everything's built up around that. That's going to cause a fairly significant delay here on him, but it's not completely insurmountable. This gives OOKtheLibrarian a chance to catch up and possibly take lead here. While we're waiting on this here, I got a question for you, John. Has there ever been a match that has had 2 reviews or 2 ties?
I don't know. I would have to look into that. I wouldn't be surprised if there had been.
Because the way this one's going, we might see a match that has a second review.
Yeah, but Ook now has a lead. He was out at a 454. This level 8, shout outs to level 8. Nobody likes it. It's been really kind of rough for DaveSmithSays, and it's allowed Ook to pull ahead here. And I gotta say, Sarge, I'm really liking this board for Ook.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good, though. In counter to what you're saying, well, nobody likes level 8. I am sure that OOKtheLibrarian is loving level 8. He has had 2 straight matches, and he has had a phenomenal level 8, as DSS is out at a 530, which puts him about 17 viruses behind, and a very heavy red top line is not going to make things much easier for DSS here.
Yeah, Ook now is dealing with a little bit of a misdrop that he had in his column 4. This little drop there with the blues, though, is going to help with that. Now, he does have the opportunity, if he can get down to it, to clear out that blue horizontally, and it looks like that's what he's setting up for. And to drop those yellows down. Okay, or he's not going to do it. He got the double yellow, and he's just, okay, I'll just clear this out and have access to the blue. But now he needs red and he needs yellow. And now he needs only red.
Speaking of red, that is what Dave Smith says is needed for the past minute or so, and he has gotten virtually nothing in the way of red, which is just pretty much ground this match to a total halt for him. He has been able to do virtually nothing for a long time, and that's pretty much guaranteed at this particular point. With just a couple reds left needed by Ook that he will be moving on here, but very good opportunity by both people as Ook finishes at a 647 and will be moving on to the second round.
Yes, indeed, he will. GG's to both of our players. Tough break, Dave, but we'll see you again next month. We know you're going to come back because this man has the record for the most appearances in DrMC history in the speed brackets. And we love seeing DSS. We love seeing all our players here.